Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Madhu, and so this is a brand new channel that I'm going to be starting. I don't want to categorize it as a channel for specifically one thing. It's actually going to be quite eclectic. It's going to be featuring things that I'm into, from like motorsports to music, boxing and MMA, plant-based living, traveling, subcultures, kind of like modernism and things like that. So this is the today's Friday, so that means that there are a bunch of new releases on Spotify. So yeah, I think like Fridays I'm going to be talking about, I don't know, one single that I found like quite interesting on Spotify. So today we're basically going to be starting with his name is Louis Berry, and he's a singer-songwriter from the land of the Beatles, which is Liverpool. Liverpool is actually one of my favorite places in the UK. It's really cool, on top of like the amazing music that has come out of there, right? So so he comes from Liverpool. He's been making music for a couple of years. I can't really remember how I found out about him, but I mean I'm gonna assume that it was like through YouTube or Spotify's algorithms that thankfully recommended his music to me based on other artists that I follow. And he's definitely underrated. I for sure, at least in North America where I live in Vancouver, Canada, and like in places like Canada and probably the US, unless you're like on satellite radio, there's gonna be not many options to listen to the kind of music that I'm into. So people like me, we have to be a bit more proactive with when it comes to like finding out about like new artists and new music to basically just like listen to and find out about, right? So yeah, he's been producing and making music for some time. I would say like at least a couple of years that I know of. I think it was probably like maybe almost like no more than 2 years. Probably like I probably listened to his first single probably close to 4 years now. And his approach to music is basically like very straightforward and fun, kind of like guitar rock, and it's like that combined with he has a really cool kind of like, I would probably describe it as like a vintage sounding voice, which is kind of like raspy, on the raspy side, and it's quite bluesy, right? So it is definitely like very cool when you put it all together with the music that he makes. And like very, very good lyrics. One thing that I've noticed, at least in the last few years, is like there's this shifting and at least on my perspective of how I used to see singer-songwriters. Like before, I feel that I was only giving like enough recognition and enough value if an artist was a band, right? But nowadays we see like individuals who are singer-songwriters who are making like definitely really good music that I'm really into. Kind of like Louis is an example. There's like Jerry Cinnamon, there's like Sam Fender, there's this other younger guy, Andrew Cushing, who's another like guy that I've been following lately. He's really good. I'm probably gonna have a bit of a segment on him pretty soon. And so that's one thing that's happened, that I see like the at least my perspective with how I would before see singer-songwriters as kind of like like cheesy pop star who just didn't really do or make dance music, but they were making just like acoustic pop singles kind of thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with dance music. I love a lot of like dance music as well, but you know what I mean, right? It was like very like commercial and nothing really behind it other than kind of like same old, right? So Louis doesn't actually even have a full album released yet. He's only been releasing singles. And but all of his singles have been like steadily really, really, really good, really, really fun. And like I said, that combined with his voice and his lyrics just make for like really enjoyable kind of music. One thing is like, I mean, even if he doesn't have an album, the fact that he's releasing lots of singles and at least I think at least one EP shows like the commitment that he has with his art, right? And not just that, but even just a few weeks he had COVID, so I know he was in hospital. He he still released a single today, one other like a couple of weeks ago, and that's even with the fact that his grandpa sadly passed away from COVID. At the same time he was dealing with his own COVID, his grandpa was very ill, right? So once again, that only shows the kind of passion that he has for his art, and I mean, that only shows with his music, right? So yeah, that's it. I'm going to be posting the links for his social media, for my social media, for Spotify, for my Spotify. I'm going to be making some public playlists for Spotify for you guys to maybe try to find out the kind of music that I'm listening to lately, and some of the music that I've been listening to for a long time, right? So yeah, so follow all of those social media links, and yeah, let's see what sort of cool music comes out next week, next Friday. So in the meantime, have a nice rest of the weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. And before I forget, say hi to the little mascot. His name is Miles. It's a little chihuahua. Yeah. Right, Miles? You like good music too. Yeah. You like sleeping more though. Okay? So take care, guys. Cheers.